All right, let's get this thing started. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Welcome to Jay Lippman Live. If you're new here, new to the channel, my name's Jay, and to quote one of my favorite creators on YouTube, I make videos for the internet. Most people know me for my editing content, my DaVinci Resolve tutorials, but I just love making videos. It's what it's. I love doing it. My coffee mug's in front. You know what? I don't even care. I love making videos, and that's what we're here to talk about today. If you got any questions about editing or the filmmaking process, just pop them in the chat. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about making videos. And if you have a question for me that you really want answered, you want to make sure that I don't miss it, there is a link in the description. It'll take you to a form that you can fill out, and I'll be going through that form and answering those questions. My stopwatch is going. I'll be answering those questions about halfway through the stream, about 2:30 or so. And then if you have a question that really needs to be answered, or you just feel like supporting the channel, super chats are always welcome, and any questions that come along with the super chat will be bumped to the front of the line. So with all that being said, let's get into the chat and start talking to some people. What's going on, EC Sanka? Good to see you. Dad's Talk Tech, Coffee and Jay, it's a good day. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, it is a good day. Although my coffee cup's empty. That's unfortunate. I do have a full water bottle, though, so that's good. S Creations, hello. Can you please tell your system configuration? If I can remember it, I will tell you. I know I got two 8 gigabyte NVIDIA 2080 Supers, which are super nice. I've got 64 gigs of RAM, and yeah, I don't remember anything else. I know I got two SSDs in there. One of them is a 1 terabyte clean drive that I use for all the footage for my current editing projects. And then one of them I think is a 500 gig, and that's like operating system and storage and stuff like that. So that's the only things that I can pull off the top of my head. But I actually have a video on my channel that it's unboxing a Puget Systems custom build, and that's the system that I'm using. So if you want like all the specs, go find that video, watch that, and that's what I'm using. So Warren Brothers Studios, I'm never on at the start. Well, congratulations, you're here today. Hello, hello. Remco, what's going on? Good to see you. Darren Moston, good evening. Wednesday again. Yeah, it is definitely Wednesday. I can feel it, because Wednesday not only is live stream day, but it's the day that I start to feel the pressure. Like I've got to get some things done by the end of the week, and it's Wednesday and they're not done yet. So feeling the pressure. I'm working on kind of a monster edit for Monday's video. It's a lot of fun. It's probably the most fun I've had making a video in a long time. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the stream, but I'm really super excited about it. It's a little bit different from what I normally do, but I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's see here. Hi, Jay, here to learn. Trying to learn. It's most certainly the highlight of my day. Yes. Yes, Refrag, hello. What do you do with your old gear that you have collected over the years? I don't have a lot, actually, that I don't that I don't use anymore. I'm not like those. Most of the things that I collect are software. People always want me to try out their software products. As far as gear is concerned, most of the stuff that people send me, I end up using. Most of the stuff I buy, I end up using. Although there are a couple things that I haven't used in a while, but it's mostly like stands. Like I've got some old light stands that I don't use anymore because I got better ones. I think I've got maybe a tripod that I don't use anymore. A couple of them, actually. I keep them around because they're handy for using for like if I need to use like the little light behind me, that ALMX. Those old light stands are really good for those things. But I don't actually have much that I don't use. I do have a camera slider, like a manual one, that I haven't used in a really long time. I'm not sure if I'll get rid of that though, because it does come in handy from time to time, especially since I don't have a gimbal or you know, anything like that. What processor do you have? I know it's an Intel. But that's all I can tell you right now. I honestly don't remember. I've been using this computer for about 9 months, and asking me to remember specs is it's probably not a good idea. What are some tips you have for growing on YouTube as a filmmaker? That's a good question because I don't know, honestly. The filmmaking niche is a little weird, to be honest. Like if you're going actual like filmmaking, because a lot of people in that niche like is just like, you know, just make what you want to make, do what you love. But that's never really worked out for me too well. I found success by zeroing in on one aspect of filmmaking, and that was video editing. But like if you want to get known as a filmmaker on YouTube, I really think you just need to, you know, kind of kick ass and take names and just keep getting better until you make something that people can't ignore. You know, and maybe fill in the gaps with some educational content that's going to help people. I kind of went the opposite direction. I dove into the educational content and kind of ignored making things that I want to make and doing the more creative projects. And that kind of led me to a point where I was just kind of tired, like especially when it got to the point where the channel stopped growing as fast as it was. I started feeling kind of like, well, you know, I sacrificed all this stuff, you know, like I started YouTube to promote a completely different business, but I continued YouTube because I loved making videos, right? Like that was the thing. I just wanted to make stuff. It's my favorite thing in the world. It was my favorite part of music. You know, I loved writing music. I still love writing music. Although most of the time when I'm writing music, I'm in the shower and it's all in my head, but still, I just love making stuff. And I stopped doing that because I was focusing on trying to make this YouTube thing a full-time gig. And now I'm kind of trying to get back to making things that I want to make a little bit. So yeah, it's tricky, you know? It's tricky because like the surefire way to grow on YouTube is to make that educational content, that niche down content that people are looking for, and like really educate the people. It's much harder to get known as like a filmmaker, like for your films. So that was a lot of blabbering that basically sums up to I'm still figuring it out. So there you go. There you go. Let's see here. Greetings from Dilla. Oh, Somalia. Nice. I have a question. How to learn masking the best way possible. I struggle with clean masks. There is a great tutorial by Darren Moston, who is in the chat somewhere. Hi, Darren. Good to see you, man. He just did, if you're talking about like in the color page, like for qualifying skin tones and stuff like that, Darren actually just put out a really good video all about that. I would highly suggest checking that out. But a lot of it has to do not just with your technique, but you know, well, I'll just go ahead and say it. All those people who say gear doesn't matter, they're kind of full of crap, because there's actually things that make masking easier when you're talking about like qualifying and stuff like that for skin tones and all that stuff. There is stuff that makes that easier on the gear side. And that is, you know, filming in something like filming 10-bit, 12-bit video is actually going to help you be able to make clean masks. It's just if you got more colors to work with. Like when I was working with my SL2, which is, you can't even see it, it's sitting back here. When I was working with my SL2, working with 8-bit footage, qualifying skin tones was so hard. It was so hard. I was always catching other stuff in the qualification that I didn't want to be in there, and I'd have to go through and try and clean it out. When I started working with the Pocket Cinema camera with that 12-bit RAW, it became infinitely easier. So that's what I have to say about that. But yeah, definitely check out Darren's video. After I export from Resolve, the video quality doesn't look as good on YouTube as when I was editing. What am I doing wrong? Not a whole lot, probably. YouTube adds extra compression to your video. You're just going to get a lower quality when you upload. There are some things to mitigate that a little bit. For instance, uploading a 10-bit video as opposed to an 8-bit video. That's like the second time in 30 seconds that I mentioned 10-bit versus 8-bit. But if you're using Resolve Studio, you can export as a H.265 and then change the profile to main 10, and that'll export a 10-bit video, and you'll actually preserve a lot more of the quality. And then there's also like other formats. Like I think is it MXF or is it DNHR that YouTube will accept? I can't. It might be both. But you can basically you want to you want to upload in 4K if you can, and also 10-bit. So there's that. We need more J vlogs. I enjoyed watching your old videos. Well, thanks, Refrag. I really appreciate that. There should be more coming. There are more coming. There's also a lot more. One thing that I'm going to get back into, and it's kind of like halfway because I just love doing it, and also because I want to work my way up to maybe shooting like a legitimate short film at some point. But I'm going to do a lot more of those little skits. A lot of them are going to be between me and my clone, but I also want to get other people involved in them too, to help me shoot, to help me edit, to maybe act in them. I want to start making those a collaborative venture. I have one coming out on Monday that I'm super, super excited about. It's a 72-second long skit followed by a full production breakdown, like talking about how I planned it, how I shot it, how I did the editing. Like we go through all of it. So it's a little bit different than what I normally do on my channel. Normally with something like this, I would highlight a specific effect and I would just do a tutorial on that effect. This time we're breaking down the whole thing. I'm peeling back the curtain and showing you how I did all of it. And I'm really excited about it because that 72-second long video took 20 hours to make. No joke. I spent 20 hours on a video just so I could turn around and tell you guys how I made a video. So I'm super, super excited. I'm going to be doing a lot more of those though. I want to start doing a lot more of those production breakdowns, and then I'll go back and do like full, like detailed tutorials about different parts of it. But I'm really, really excited about it. They were also trying to define filmmaker. Oh, are you talking about, you're talking about the Gerald Undone and Make Art Now thing? God, that was amazing. I've watched all 3 of those videos, and I'm super, super excited about that whole series. Doesn't pay full price after. All right, I already answered that. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm Sri Lankan. Nice. Thank you so much, Samin. I really appreciate it. Hey, Dave, what's going on? Organic gardening in North Carolina. S Creations, who's your favorite YouTuber? That's a good question. I got a lot of them. Honestly, there's a few that like I just can't seem to, like, no matter what, I can't seem to not watch, and I'm always like looking to see if they just put out something new, because I don't always get the notifications. But I would say right now, top 3 are Film Riot, Ryan George, and oh, there's another one, but I can't remember the name of it. God. I can't remember the name. I just discovered them. It's all like comic book nerd stuff that I'm super, I love that kind of stuff. I love superhero stuff. So yeah, it's all about that. It's like, it's 3 letters. It starts with the C. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, those are probably my top 3 right now that I'm watching. Where are we? Is a speed editor with it? Wait, because the only thing I probably use in studio is GPU acceleration. Wait, I'm so excited. I'm missing things. I'm definitely missing things. Let's see here. Why can't you do your color correction in one node? You can absolutely do your color correction in one node, but it's not a good idea. It's an easier way to stay organized, for one, when you do multiple nodes. It's also It's easier to zero in on what went wrong when something goes wrong, because inevitably something will go wrong and you'll have to be like, I need to fix something, but I don't know where it is and I don't know how. And when you do everything in one node, it can become a little bit messy. I typically don't do more than like one or two things in a node. So I'll do a node for like contrast and saturation. I'll do a node for like white balance, color temperature, stuff like that. And I'll do a node, and then I'll like do my skin tones, or so, I don't know. You get the idea. It's just much easier to stay organized when you use multiple nodes. Also, when you do have to fix something, you know exactly where to go, right? You're like, oh, I got to fix my skin tones. There's my skin tone node. Boom. There you go. It's so easy. Play to the room. You left out Darren Watson. What's going on, Jim? How you doing? I didn't leave out Darren. Oh, right. As my favorite, my favorite YouTuber, Darren. I mean, Darren's up there for sure. But you'll notice none of the people on my list were DaVinci Resolve tutorials. I do watch a lot of DaVinci Resolve tutorials. If you want to talk about my favorite DaVinci Resolve tutorial people, Darren's definitely on that list. So is Mr. Alex Tech. And I'm sure Jim's going to be on there when I see one of his videos. But yeah, I just, if I'm watching recreationally, like that's when people ask me who my favorite YouTubers are, I'm thinking like, who do I watch recreationally? And Film Riot's recreation and education. But also, yeah, like I said, Ryan George just makes me laugh. And then the comic book people. Let's see here. Is DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Pro the best software for video editing? Both. They are both the best. The question is not which is the best. The question is which is the best for you. Which one works better with your brain? I've used both. DaVinci Resolve makes more sense to me. But there are plenty of people who have used both, and Premiere Pro made more sense to them. So the question is never which is the best. The question is always which is the best for me. So that's that. That's probably the simplest I've ever answered that question. There. Sorry, I had a bug. Many currently in the chat. Yeah, we got 20 people in here. Let's see. Then I guess I don't feel bad about spending 3 hours on a 2-minute video. Yeah, no, I spent 20, dude. I spent 20 hours on a 2-minute video. I mean, that's everything. That's everything from like planning to export. So, but still, it's a long time to spend on a video. I usually do that for like a 10 to 15 minute video. How's the Wacom coming along? It's good. I'm getting a lot better with this. There are still certain things that I use my fingers for. But it mostly has to do with dragging things from one screen to another. Specifically, for some reason, I cannot get this stylus. Like if I have like, my internet browser open, Microsoft Edge, and I want to drag a tab from one monitor to the other, I can't do it with the tablet for some reason. It won't work. So I do have to use the three finger drag in order to do that. But other than that, like I'm pretty much like I dialed in the contrast and saturation for this live stream using only this. So I'm getting much better at it. It's becoming a lot easier. Will DaVinci Resolve run smoothly on a Ryzen 5 1600? I don't know. I'm not really the person to ask. I don't know a lot about computers, and I don't know which components work best with DaVinci Resolve. That's why I went to these guys. They're not sponsoring the stream or anything. I just love them. They built my computer. They sat with me on a video chat, and we talked about my workflow and what I needed my computer to be able to do for me. And they designed a system that would do it, and they sent it to me. And lo and behold, it does what it needs to do. So Puget Systems is great. Actually, guys, speaking of Puget Systems, after this stream, if you're not too busy, at 3 p.m. Eastern, they're going to be live interviewing Sarah Dici on their YouTube channel. So I'm super excited about that. It gives me enough plugging. Huh. How do you typically record voiceover? Straight to Resolve, Audacity? What type of mic are you using? Trying to improve my audio quality. I don't do a lot of voiceovers, to be honest. But when I do, it depends. It depends. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll actually, if I'm doing just straight voiceover, I will record into, I don't know where it is right now because I haven't done a voiceover. It's been that long. But I'll record into my Zoom H4n Pro and then bring that video clip in. Or I might, if I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to do that, I'll record directly into Adobe Audition. Because yes, I still use Adobe Audition and I really do like it. However, I have been playing around with the ADR feature in the Fairlight page and DaVinci Resolve. It's good. It's good. And I have used it. Actually, the last time that I used that, I did it because there was it was a sponsored video and the sponsor wanted me to change like one thing that I said. And it turned out that there was B-roll there anyway. So I just used automatic dialogue replacement to just re-record that like 2 seconds of voice. But as far as microphones are concerned, for voiceovers, I use this. This is the Shure SM7B. It's going through Cloud Lifter and directly into the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. I also have the Deity. Bring that down into frame. Oh, just hit my light. This little guy right here, this is the Deity S-Mic 2S. It's a little short shotgun mic, which is much better for indoor dialogue than like full-blown shotgun mics. I love this microphone. It's my favorite. And that's what I use to like actually record my videos. And if I have to do automatic dialogue replacement for anything, then I'll use this because it'll match the sound. So DaVinci Resolve only €295 and done, not €50 every. Yeah, that's true. There's no subscription with DaVinci Resolve. You know, that's a plus. Yeah. Did you watch Mr. Alex Tech's video on the Torbox before buying it? No. Well, I did watch it, but I didn't buy this. I just released on Monday. I just released my review of this. Torbox actually sent me this. Torbox actually sent me this for review. So, I didn't end up buying this. I was looking at it though. I watched Alex's video. I watched Alex's video and I was like, that looks really cool. I could definitely use that. But I just never ended up buying one. And then they reached out to me. Now I'm hoping that video, the review that I just put out on Monday, which by the way was fun. If you haven't seen it yet, you know, even if you're not interested in the item, it was a fun video, especially the intro. I liked the intro. Refrag liked the intro of that too. But yeah, there you go. But I'm hoping that the video I put out on this gets the attention of Loop Deck because I really want to try out the Loop Deck CT. If you're comfortable saying, what state are you from? What state am I from? North Carolina. I was born in Charlotte, but I currently live just outside of Baltimore, Maryland. Lived here since I was 6 months old. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and you get the speed editor for free. I still want to get my hands on a speed editor. Let's see. Darren for color correction, Billy. Darren for color correction, Billy for effects, you for everything else, with sprinkling of Casey Ferris and Jason Yedlowski. Well, thank you, Refrag. I really appreciate that. Resize your layout to accommodate the shape of your two screens in Wacom settings. You can map the shape of the screens on your tablet. Yeah, I did that. I definitely did that. It still won't work. Like as soon as the cursor gets to the end of one monitor, it just lets go of the tab. It for some reason isn't working. I don't know what the deal is there, but like, I've done all the resizing and everything. It's just, I don't know what's going on. I have a speed editor, but I'm pretty sure I won't use it. See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I probably would use it. I definitely use this all the time. And it definitely has saved me a lot of time in editing, but I probably would use the speed editor. Let's be honest. I don't use the cut page a lot. And I know that that's where it really shines, is in the cut page. Now for multicam, I heard that the speed editor makes multicam in the cut page a breeze, doing that sync bin stuff. Speaking of which, I have a question. Maybe somebody here knows it, because I don't. If I'm using sync bin, right? Let's say I'm using sync bin in the cut page, right? I got like 4 camera angles that I'm working with, right? And I'm scrubbing through and I'm going, is there a hotkey that will just drop one of the camera angles into the timeline? I know the speed editor has it, but is there a way to do it without the speed editor? Because currently what I'm doing, if I'm using multicam, is I'm dragging from the viewer onto the timeline. Like I'm dragging from that camera angle onto the timeline. Is there a hotkey that I can press? Like I hit, 1 to send camera angle 1 to the timeline, and then 2 to send camera angle 2 to the timeline. Like, is there a way to do that? Please tell me. VFX study for Fusion. Yeah, I just started looking at VFX study. Mostly because of the skit that I just did. Cool, I'm from South Carolina, the better one. Hey, you guys got Myrtle Beach. I'll give you that. I used to spend my summers in Myrtle Beach when I was a kid. Loop Deck is a stream deck with a screen and knobs. Do you know how to make gaming montage? I've never done a gaming montage. No. So could I figure it out? Absolutely. I've never done it. I'm so tired, guys. Matt Jackson, thanks again for stopping by my last video and pointing out I worked way too hard. Oh, let's see here. I'm missing. I use speed editor always when editing, even YouTube videos. It's so easy and quick. Yeah, I'd probably use it. I'm also old school, so used to controllers. That's the other thing is, yeah, I've been a keyboard and mouse guy for years, Yes, press sync overwrite. Not sure keyboard shortcut as I use the speed editor. See, that's what I wanted. That's what I want to know. I want to know. I want to know if there's a hotkey. Hey, Tech Examine, what's going on, Michael? Dude, this chair. Tech Examine donated yet again to the channel. I'm like a collection ground for his old stuff. But he donated this new chair. I showed it to you guys at the end of last stream. It's so comfortable. It doesn't squeak. I'm so happy right now. Also, the cat loves it. If my butt's not in this chair, the cat's sleeping in it. So, Josh Haynes, holy crap. What's up, dude? What's up? Have you ever tried making AMV edits? I don't even know what AMV edits are. If you could tell me what AMV stands for, I could probably answer that question. I have the speed editor. It comes with DaVinci Resolve now. It works great in the edit page too. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on one. For sure. Any controller will make it so you don't have to take your eyes off the screen. Color work is important to not have your eyes going from one thing to another when making color decisions. 100%. Absolutely, I agree. Although my eyes typically don't go off the screen when I'm doing color stuff. So that's good. But I use the Wacom for most of that. Ignoring work at the moment. Anime music video. That's what AMV stands for. No, I've never made an anime music video. It sounds like fun, though. You were correct. The first 100 subscribers, the hardest. After 21 months to reach 100, we're 20% of the way to the next 100. See? I told you. I told you. That first 100 is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Josh, didn't I hear that you didn't you get like a full-time job? You were going to do a video about that. Did you ever put that out? Because I'm interested to hear what happened. Didn't you just get a new job or something? Like full-time, like aren't you a full-time filmmaker for somebody now? Is there any MIDI key input editor in Fairlight? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I know there's Fairlight control panels. They're expensive though. Stupid expensive. How do you color correct using a Wacom? I mean, it's literally, you just put this on the thing. Like you use it as a mouse, basically. I replaced my mouse with the tablet. So it's once you kind of get used to like knowing where you got to have the stylus in order to have the cursor in the right place, it actually becomes much easier. Plus there's a precision mode, which is super cool because the precision mode will make it so like if you have to make tiny little minute corrections, you can turn on precision mode and you can drag and it won't move as far. It's great. I absolutely love this thing. I do have a new full-time editing filming job. Slowly working on a video about it. Nice. Nice. I was going to procrastinate today, but decided to do it tomorrow instead. That's great. What would you say you're best at? Color, audio, or visual effects? Definitely not visual effects. For sure not visual effects. It's my weakest point by far. But I am getting better and I'm practicing a lot. So that's good. Not building them, right? But like using them, tracking them to things. I'm a big fan of Action VFX. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. But they do like Hollywood level, like stock visual effects. Like literally Hollywood movies have used their effects. So I use them a lot. They're not cheap. Although something cool is coming on Monday. They're launching something on Monday that I'm super excited about. So, but yeah, Action VFX, I just go there and I get like, you know, energy bursts or blood or raindrops or whatever I need. And I've been practicing a lot with that stuff. So they have a lot of free stuff too, which is great. So if you want to practice using visual effects, head over to their site. Production Crate looks good. Yeah, Production Crate is good. I currently have 3 videos I need to edit before 5 p.m. Yeah, no thanks. 33 people and 17 thumbs up. Are your buttons broke? Yeah. What? 33 people. No, now down to 31. We just dropped by 2. Hey, Rick 2Bs, what's going on? Is DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere Pro the best software for video editing? I'm pretty sure I answered that already, Samin, and the answer to that is both. The question is never what is the best. The question is always what is the best for you. So you got to determine that for yourself. They both have all the capabilities that you need in order to be an editor. So you gotta figure out which one, you know, and you do that by trying them. That's how I did it. I did it by trying them. There's a free trial for Adobe. There's a free version of Resolve. So, you know, try them out. Whichever one you like best, that's the one you go with. Got to get back to it. Just stopped in to share the love and support. Thank you so much, Josh. Dude, we got to catch up. By the way, we have to catch up. But thank you so much for stopping by. I think Fusion is really cool, but for me, I can get distracted and go down the rabbit holes and learning stuff. Only so much space in my head. I'm the same way. I am absolutely the same way. Although this video that I've been working on, a lot of that 20 hours that I spent working on that 72 seconds of video, a lot of that was Fusion work. And there was definitely some, you know, rabbit holing going on there. I definitely at one point was like kind of just going through and be like, I wonder what this node would do. And just bringing stuff into a composition. So it's fun, but you know, Resolve edit. Bye-bye. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Have you ever tried Houdini with Fusion? Great combo. I have not. I have not. Did you see Audio is adding some cool new search features and they're going to launch stock footage? Did I hear that? I think I did hear that. I think they sent me an email on that. Let's see here. What am I missing? I'm missing things. Do you have any favorite YouTube channels where you never miss an upload? Yeah, I also, hi, Darth TV. Good to see you. I do. Yes, 100%. Like I said, actually, they're the three of them are the three that I mentioned earlier today. Film Riot, and well, actually, only two of the three. But Film Riot and Ryan George, I pretty much like as soon as I see that they put out a new video, I'm like, click. Also, Jesse Driftwood. Every time that guy puts out a video, I'm like, this is gonna be good. Like I just know it's gonna be good. Ugh. Jay Lippman, you can't do it with the keyboard as far as I know, but you can activate a specific view in your viewer and click on the view that you want whenever you want to change. See, I tried clicking on it, but it didn't work. I actually had to drag it into the timeline, which I wasn't a fan of. So we'll see. But honestly, with using the Switch Take app, I haven't really had to use multicam that much. You can use the Krog Nano Control 2 in Fairlight. Works fine. Oh, good to know. Good to know. In the last project in DaVinci, I will see media offline during playback. When I stop again, then play goes out. But again, when stopped again, it's random. Any idea? Like you just randomly lose connection to your media, just randomly does media offline? I'm not sure what's causing that, actually. I've never, like, I remember there was one point, I don't remember if it was DaVinci Resolve 15 or 16, but I remember, I'm pretty sure it was like a beta version, one of the beta versions. And I think, like, I seem to remember there was like a big media offline issue. Like, a lot of people were getting media offline for like no reason. And I don't... yeah, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I've never had that issue before. Sorry. It works for me. Clicking, it changes automatically. You have to make sure you have the multicam view activated in the viewer. I'll have to take a look at it. Do you watch Sarah Dici? I do. I watch, not all of her stuff. But I do watch a lot of it. I know she's about to, or she just did. I don't know if it actually came out yet, but I know she's putting out a video about her Puget build. So I'm excited to see what they built for her. I was about to take a drink of my water bottle. It wasn't even open. Oh, let's see here. Yes, random media offline on screen, but other files in the same folder work. It is only MP4 from iPhone. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what would be causing that. Since I can't get a new GPU right now, what is a minimum GPU you could recommend as a stopgap? Hydrate is good for you. What's going on, Jelly Duck? Let's see. A minimum GPU. Like I said, I'm not the best guy to ask for that. Check out CB Super. He's pretty good with that stuff. He's got a pretty good channel. Also, Puget Systems has a great blog on their website that could show you that stuff. But I would say you definitely want to look for something in the 2000 series. If you can't get anything in the 3000. Clear your cache and try again. It's usually a path problem. PCs sometimes boot where external drives get a different letter assigned. Oh yeah, that used to happen to me a lot. Oh guys, I'm so tired. I'm going to explain why I'm so tired in a second. External drives get a different letter assigned, so the cache has one path and DaVinci Resolve has a different. Yeah, that'll happen. I haven't dealt with that in a while, but yeah, I remember that happening a lot before. I watched her Synology NAS video. Oh yeah, I watched that too. I definitely went down a Synology rabbit hole, and I was like, this is way too pricey for me right now, but God, I want it. If it is a phone, it's the variable frame rate. See, I thought DaVinci Resolve had gotten better at variable frame rate stuff. I know for a while Resolve was actually better than Premiere when it came to variable frame rate. You would think that NLEs would get that under control, right? So with so many iPhone filmmakers out there, so many, mobile device users shooting video. Then again, let me back up here. The mobile device is not typically something that is associated with professional filmmaking. Now, there are feature-length films that have been shot on iPhones, but it's not something that is typically associated, with professional filmmaking. And DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro and Final Cut are all professional level NLEs. Which is why some of those more beginner friendly things like Filmora or Movavi are actually a lot better at dealing with variable frame rate footage than DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro. So. I use my phone with variable frame rates with no problems. Yeah. So that's what I thought. I know. Yeah. Can you please explain the difference between green screen and blue screen? How and when to use blue or green? I'm not that's typically more on the filming side of things. And I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure if it really matters which one you use, but like if you have green in your clothing, you probably want to use a blue screen. If you have blue in your clothing, you probably want to use a green screen. I will say that you'd probably want to use green more than you use blue, just because there tends to be blue just naturally in your shadows. So it can cause some issues. At least that's been my experience, but I've also worked with very cheap footage. I haven't worked with a lot of green screen stuff. So, but I don't think overall that there's really that big of a difference. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me. Okay. I got to explain the yawning, guys. Here's what's going on. So my daughter just came back from Idaho, over the weekend, right? She's been home for, what day's today? Wednesday. So she's been home for about 5 days, 6 days, something like that. She came home on Friday. So I guess that's 6 days. And, when she was gone, I was actually sleeping in her room in a mattress. I was sleeping on a mattress in her room because, our bed, long story short, sleeping in our bed was killing my shoulder. I got a bad shoulder. And so I was sleeping in her bed, not in her bed, but on a mattress in her room. And last couple nights I tried doing the same thing, but see, my kid decides to get out of bed in the middle of the night and climb into my little, like, princess size mattress that I've been sleeping on, and there's just not room for the two of us on that thing. And she's like kicking me and flopping around and keeping me from sleeping. I've gotten so little sleep over the past couple days. And then this morning is the first time in a month I've been home alone with 2 kids. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. Let's see here. At what Resolve, good at green screen or blue screen? What? I'm a little confused. Wait, at what result at keying? I mean, Resolve's good at keying both of them. So yeah, absolutely. You can use both. I've showed you how to use both on my channel. I've got one. I've got a color page tutorial and a fusion page tutorial, all about green screens. So, Darren, I have many. I have many YouTube channels I watch since only really getting into YouTube a year ago. You were my favorite part of the week, so I have to say your channel is my favorite. Thank you so much, Darren. Like, really, that means a lot. That means a lot. It really does. Because, you know, I look up to you, man. You know your stuff, and you're awesome, and you're growing super fast, and you got a great channel. And yeah, so that means a lot. Thank you so much. Like, what will Resolve key to its best green? I like, does it key green better than blue or blue better than green? It doesn't. I think it does great at both, honestly. What keyboard is that? It is time for the weekly what keyboard is that question. What's going on, Rich? This is the Editor's Keys wireless slimline keyboard. It's got all of the keyboard shortcuts for DaVinci Resolve printed on it, so that I never have to worry about forgetting a keyboard shortcut. It's great, really comfortable to use, and yeah, I think they're linked in the description of my channel. I think I have a link to their website in the description of this stream. They're in every other video. I know that. So, are you making green-blue screens? It may be better to export alpha than no keying out. I don't do it. I don't do it a lot. Do you have an affiliate? I do have an affiliate, and I believe it's linked in the description of this stream. I can check. That is a thing that we can do. So let's see here. You guys want to check with me? Let's do that. Boom. All right, let's go ahead. Add that. YouTube Studio. You guys want to see my analytics real quick? We won't dive into my analytics right now. Live. Let's go to an old one. We'll go to last week's. It's got all the same information down there. Apparently it's not on here, actually. It's not actually on here, but I can add it. I can definitely add it real quick. I'll add it to I'll just post it in the chat. How about that? Should we post it in the chat? Oh, found it. Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Rich. I don't have to do that anymore. Let's go back to, let's use the thing. Let's use the stylus, or the pen. Boom. There we go. Green is best because of the lack of green in skin tones. Blue is used when someone has green eyes or the costume needs to be green. No actual difference in the key. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say, Jim. That's what I was trying to say. I'm failing miserably. Let's see. When did you decide to buy Resolve Studio, or did you always use the paid version? Like, at what moment did you need or want the Studio version of Resolve? Just curious. I have not always used the Studio version. I started off on the free version and used it for a while. I think I used it for about a year, always with the plan to upgrade to Studio because I knew I was going to be able to use that noise reduction tool. Also, GPU acceleration was kind of a must for me. It was just a matter of being able to afford it. When I jumped into Resolve, when I started using Resolve, I was making zero on this channel. I was making absolutely nothing. I was broke. So I wasn't buying things unless I absolutely needed it. So, yeah, that's that. You know what? We should have checked the form while we were over there. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. No questions in the form. Let's see here. So yeah, I basically always had the plan to upgrade to studio, and as soon as I could afford it, which happened to be on I think Valentine's Day of last year, was the day that I upgraded. Can you do a hand cam video with your tablet? What do you mean a hand cam video? What exactly is a hand cam video? Refrag knows my spiel. I edited a whole video episode of a TV show in the free version, which never aired. Yeah, that's true. Did you buy it before getting the Pocket Cinema camera? I did. Yeah, I bought this. I bought Studio before getting the Pocket Cinema camera, and then when I got the Pocket Cinema camera, I did a giveaway on my channel for a Studio license. A camera pointed at your hand. Oh, like so using the Wacom tablet? Yeah, eventually. I actually have a video planned. I just got a lot of other videos I got to get through first, but I got a video planned on like, tablet versus mouse for video editing. Can vouch what Darren said. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. It's been rough lately, man. Like, it's been channel not doing as well and kind of getting a little bit sick of the same thing week in and week out. Especially like, it's one thing when you're doing the same thing week in, week out and it's working. When it stops working, you really feel that like what? Like, why? I got to do something different. So, you're the coolest guy named Jay. I don't know. There's Jay and Silent Bob. That Jay's pretty cool. Jason Mewes. He's pretty awesome. Just don't tell the others. Gonna have to get a Wacom. All the cool kids are using them. I only got one because of Darren. I got one. I never even considered using a tablet instead of a mouse until I met Darren, and then he started talking about it. I was like, So I don't remember what made me decide to get one. Like, I always wanted to try it out, and I don't remember why I like finally pulled the trigger. I'm glad I did. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't. Yeah. Also, I peeped that aperture light as a lamp. Yeah, my little practical over there. Yep. And I got like a gigantic Anchor, like external, like backup battery plugged into it, so I know it won't go out during the stream. I find it exhausting, and I'm only 1 year in. Yeah, I think a big part of it for me was the fact that, like I said, I never meant to be a DaVinci Resolve guy, right? Like I started making videos because I love making videos. And I think somewhere along the line, like I lost that in the name of growing the channel. And now I'm at the point where it's like, if I'm going to keep on this path of just doing like DaVinci Resolve stuff and video editing stuff and not actually making things that I'm proud of and making things that like I really enjoy making, like short films and skits and vlogs and stuff like that. Like if I'm not going to do that kind of stuff anymore, like I might as well just get a job. Right. So we're in the process of like figuring out how to work that stuff back into the channel, right? And make this more fun and a more dynamic channel, not so one-dimensional. That's the plan right now. Still keep that core of video editing and DaVinci Resolve and all that stuff, and don't do anything with that, but like let's bring some of the other stuff back into it, which means like filming more of my own stuff and using less stock footage. And there's plans, but yeah, I just can't stand to be on camera. I'd love to share everything or create jobs I do, but nope. Always here if you are making. Yes. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Jay is going to change this channel into a cooking channel. Watch. Haha, no. Yeah, cooking channel. Let me show you how to make microwavable macaroni and cheese. It's by Kraft. You fill the water up to the line. Make sure you do that part, because otherwise the next part is going to start a fire in your microwave. That's... Oh, man. Matt Bach, hey. Hey, Jay, you thinking about going to NAB in October? God, I would love to go to NAB in October, but I don't think I can with, you know, the little baby here. Yeah, I just don't, I don't think I can. The kid's just starting kindergarten in September, and then we got the little baby here. And I'd have to figure out something to do with him for an entire week because, you know, girlfriend has to work. So as much as I would love to, I just don't think I can get away, honestly. I just think logistically it's not going to work out. But, God, I would love to. But also, guys, Matt Bach, if you guys missed it, I interviewed Matt Bach on this live stream. Not too long ago. I don't think it's been too long ago. Time doesn't exist anymore in my brain, but he is from Puget Systems. He really knows his stuff about computers. And in about 4 minutes, over on Puget's channel, they're going to be interviewing Sarah Dietschy, I believe. Yeah, so that should be fun. I'm going to try and check that out. Although I do have a massive edit that I'm working on, I still feel like I got to go check that out. So I didn't realize it's 2:56. Holy crap. Let's see. Can you make a day in the life of a video editor with 2 kids and a girlfriend? How do you have time? I don't have time. I do a lot of one-handed editing with a baby in my lap. So there's that. There's a lot of days where I just don't get things done because I'm like, I just can't do anything. It's a lot of like late nights and just cramming, and sometimes I just got to shut out the world and sit down because I'm on a deadline. But it's tough. It's really, really tough. Connor Duffy, what is NAB? It's what is it? The National Association of Broadcasters or something like that. I don't know. I'm bad with acronyms. If you haven't been able to tell, NAB definitely, but it's a big convention. A lot of camera manufacturers and manufacturers of like broadcasting equipment. That's where they they release their stuff. So you can go and you can see what's coming out. I definitely wanted to go. I thought NAB is still virtual. I think they're doing both. I think they're doing virtual and in person this year. NAB definitely feels weird this year, way smaller. Seems like a lot of people are thinking of just waiting for the next show in April. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Oh, Darren, don't tell me you might go, dude. National Association of Broadcasters. I was almost right. New channel, The Microwave Guy. How big is the delay on this channel right now? I claim that name. Ever thought of trying product video? Editing it, yeah. Shooting it, not so much. Yeah. Throw one DaVinci video to make it like a TV show in coming time. Nice. Just remember, Jay, you're human. Don't feel pressured to keep uploading. If you need a break, take a break. Burnout is a real thing. No, I don't feel even close to burning out. I was super close to burning out. And it was because of all the reasons, but like, I'm actually very excited about the stuff that I have planned now. I definitely have some stuff that I had planned before I made the new plan that I got to get through. But I got so much cool just ideas running through my brain. I think I needed to give myself permission to actually pursue those ideas and do something different. Like I've been so afraid to to kind of like flip that switch and be like, you know what? No, I'm going to make this video because I want to freaking make this video because it would be super fun. And it would bring value. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving myself permission to make the stuff that I want to make. Boom. Keep you posted on NAB. I'm in talks at the moment, but nothing solid. Keeping an eye on COVID restrictions. That's the big kicker is the overseas stuff. There's a lot of flight restrictions coming into the US right now. So so shoot it, then only show us the edit as you reveal the product. Nice. Which settings should I set? Oh, it's 3 o'clock. All right, guys, last, final question. Let's see here. Where is it? Which settings should I set on DaVinci Resolve before starting standard color grading? Any color space changes, adjustments? Thank you in advance for all these helps. The only thing I would suggest, and Darren may not agree with me here, but I have really been enjoying changing into DaVinci Wide Gamut. I've just really been enjoying it. You can take full advantage of the HDR color palette. It just kind of opens you up to a whole new world of color grading. So that I would definitely look into. Other than that, no, not really. Yeah, I enjoy it, but that's the only thing I would change. All right, guys, Monday, keep an eye out. Got a video that I'm super excited about. It is not your typical video that you would see on this channel, but it's awesome. I think it is. Tech Examined saw the 72-second skit that I'm going to be sharing at the beginning of the video. He liked it, so I'm hopeful. But yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for that. If you enjoyed this stream, if you got some value out of it, please let me know by liking this stream. And also subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Apparently, according to my analytics, only 15% of people who watch my videos subscribe, which is just, you know, what's going on there? So subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I will be back next Wednesday. Thank you for continuing to make Wednesdays my favorite day of the week. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.